Well, hello everybody. Brian here. Welcome to our plan of 2019 New Year's resolution. Welcome to 2019. If you have not heard from me yet since January 1st, I just got to do a microphone check, make sure everything's all ready. I'm using a new piece of software. Just give me a second here. Since January 1st. Right on, right on. Everything's working. Microphone check, make sure everything's all ready. Piece of software. All right, so we're good to go. We're going to talk about. It's myself here. Okay, so we're all prepared, ready to go. Hopefully, we got an audience, or we'll have an audience. Oh man. Yeah, I'm just trying to pause something here. Okay, so we're all prepared, ready to go. Okay, I got an idea. Turn it down. That might help. Hey, Arthur, how you doing? I guess you can hear me all right. I appreciate your thumbs up. I don't know how many people we're going to have here. Okay, so we got the Googler thing, that thing that we use to Google. So what I'm planning to do is go over a new list of resources for machine learning when it comes to Python. As you know, I've been trying out the cryptocurrency, really good the last month or so. Right now, my system is clocking in just under 5% over 24 hours. So who wouldn't be too happy about that? Here it is. I'm sorry, 4.9%, 88% win rate. We got, pretty good. I can't complain there. All right, so back to the browser. Okay, here we go. All right, and yeah, when you operate like that, those are new standards, and the crypto is working real good. And all right, so let's get into it. I put up a previous video earlier today on the Facebook page, and what I wanted to just say is everything's, I think, going to go Google. AWS or Amazon's trying to keep up with what Google will bring out. The new TensorFlow 2 coming out, I think officially maybe in the spring, but they're supposed to have some kind of preview available now or this month. So that's probably where the future's at, and that's where I'm going to put all my focus on over the next couple of months is with TensorFlow, because it involves also the new Keras. But I'm not really interested in that. I want to learn just general machine learning. So I want to collect all the resources that I have. So the first thing to do is Google free machine learning course right here. I'm not even sure if I can put in the list, but what I can do is I'll even do something better. I'll do this. And I'll put all the links in. So over last couple of weeks, Google introduced, they are now adding machine learning courses for everybody as they define it. I hope this doesn't, okay, cool. So that's a new, really good resource. I'm not sure what version that they're going to offer that at, if it's version 1 or version 2. So that's one other resource for this is just general machine learning. Another area I'm looking at is, let me go back to the Googler. The other one I'm looking at is AWS. Amazon AWS free machine learning. So they're supposed to have the course as well. This just came out in the last few weeks as well. I think that they're responding to each other between Google and Amazon. But the problem here with Amazon is they're not using any real mainstream, I think, like, they're not really using any mainstream frameworks or packages like TensorFlow. So I'm not sure if it's worth pursuing, this SageMaker recognition. I'm not even sure what they're using. And I don't know. I'm a little leery on AWS, to be honest, but I definitely want to stay in the mainstream world. Now, those are two of the resources. Now, I can't remember the guy's name, if it's Andrew Ng, out of, is it, let me pull up this course here as well. So I'll put this in the list, the AWS, but I don't know. I'm going to put a lot of faith in it. Okay, so let's look at the Andrew Ng. I think there's Coursera. That was a free one. Andrew NG Machine Learning Notes, and there's a book out as well. I'm not sure what's free. So he's got the Coursera course. This is the one that's pretty well standard for a lot of people. And a lot of them, the newer ones, are coming out with where the emphasis is not so much on the math. So you can see here, this one has gotten a lot of respect. 4.9 out of 22,800 reviews. That is staggering. That's how good the course is. A lot of people I've talked to over the years have learned that course. This is where they start. So here's the mathematical techniques that you learn: linear regression, algebra, multiple variable, using with, let's say, Octave or MATLAB, and all the different techniques from a mathematical perspective. So yeah, that's going to be a challenge for the mortals. That's going to be a challenge. If any of you guys got any questions or comments, just chime away. We got, I think, 3 or 4 people in and around there. I have an audience. I'm happy to say that. So here, as you can see, all these different chapters. There's 11 of them. 1 hour, 4 hours to complete. I'm not sure the total number of hours to go through. So I'm sure you'll need to know some of the techniques of math. I'm not sure what the requirements are. I'm not going to worry about that at this point. But those are the top courses to go through for now that are free. And I'm pretty solid that seems to be the way to go. But when you look at this one here, the Amazon AWS one, I'm not sure what's worthwhile or not. So that's pretty well the courses with the Coursera that I've seen as very popular. And again, as I said, this is just general machine learning. Now, people are going to go, well, what about the math? Now, one thing I have put in there is Khan Academy. Before I get, we're just going up YouTube here. So one really, really, really good channel that I've highlighted in my previous video is, what's his name? Siraj, I think it was Siraj Raval. Yeah, here we go. So Siraj Raval's got an amazing channel on YouTube for specific things on wow. I gotta say that's I'm finding all the internet. Everything is just here we go. So here he is, Siraj Raval, and he's doing all right. I mean, he's got over 530,000 subscribers. So obviously, I think he's structured his videos somehow. I haven't really gone through it, but there's a lot to it. I'm going to assume if you go under his playlist, he's got some kind of structure here. Yeah, so he's got all the different topics that most people want to know. Obviously, he does cover the future of money, as I like to call it now, cryptocurrencies, blockchain. So he's got quite a bit intro to data analytics. So some very useful topics here if you want to learn about machine learning, even from a trading perspective. I do like Siraj Raval. He's probably number one that I've seen out there on YouTube from the different resources. So I think this is a good way to go. And again, I'm just building it from a newbie point of view. Assuming you kind of know Python, you kind of know how to trade, but you want to take it to the next level. You want to take it to that next level of advancement. I mean, everything now is machine learning. And the thing is with machine learning, I'm finding, as I hinted in my other video I put up on the Facebook page, is that I compiled a big list of machine learning research papers, Python projects. There's a huge set of research here, a lot of projects on GitHub in Python that can connect with my current setup that I have for the Python I've built out. And I've also, as I also mentioned, that I'm able to now kind of modify other strategies that you can find on typical Stack Overflow or whatever, and be able to modify them with pandas and whatnot, and be able to get them working somewhat, and then easily integrate them with the machine learning component using Python. So that's the plan. Now, the other thing are books. I haven't really gone through a lot of books, but I mean, typically what you could just do is, obviously machine learning. I wish I could find the meme. Let me see if I could find this meme. I think it's pretty hilarious on the different terminologies of machine learning, AI, and other. Let me just see if I can find it. It's a pretty popular meme here. And let me just see if I can find it. It's a really good. Oh, here it is. That was the one there, right here. This is a typical thing that you would find on machine learning. We have a crack in the wall called statistics. We have we're going to frame it. Now we're going to call it machine learning. And then when we put a talk, we'll call it artificial intelligence. And that's kind of how I look at all this stuff, because it just comes back to a terminology or methodology of math. You enhance it and package it up a certain way, and then you talk to people, and now you call it AI. So that's how I kind of look at it from this point of view. But whatever, everybody has their own opinion of it. So yeah, that's how I look at it. So you could type in here machine learning for algo trading. Now, there's a number of topics you can start here in Amazon for books. You can go with machine learning for Python. Obviously, you go with the popular ones. Usually, as I said, this one here I haven't looked at, but there's the two packages, the two Python packages, the Python scikit learn package as well as the TensorFlow. Scikit is the standard machine learning way on Python. That's somewhat easy, but then when you get into the more advanced stuff, then you're going to start playing with TensorFlow. So this kind of book kind of covers that, but there's so many books out there, and obviously you go with the better ranked ones for sure. And then you have data science as well. Okay, now in terms of what you can use for trading, obviously, from what I've seen, Python's pretty well the standard language for either data science or AI. It's a researching language, right? So if I go Python, let's just say, or I don't know, Python 3, if the modern way, there's so many books here. One thing of all the research papers I've seen that were introduced a few days ago in the chat, the private chat thing, Markov models always came up for some reason, and who am I to say, right? So there's that, and yeah, Markov models always come up. So this is going to be a big undertaking, probably the biggest undertaking you can imagine, because this is a new modern way of trading. A lot of math. I also do see quite a bit of integration with C++. So there is that to be concerned with as well. The interesting thing is, if you've not seen my own YouTube channel, this is a tough thing to envision, because currently what I'm working with within Python will definitely work, because I'm using all the standard packages out there for Python. But when you look at my own playlists that I've got going on, one of the platforms I'm really excited about is it's about this one called MotiveWave. The struggle here with MotiveWave and trying to integrate machine learning is going to be, how do I integrate MotiveWave with the machine learning?
Have you thought about it?
No, we don't care. But here you can see how many videos. I think I got probably 9-10 videos that I talk about MotiveWave and the potential of it. What I will say about MotiveWave and integrating MotiveWave with how things are rolling out is MotiveWave in which video am I referring to? This one right here called Experimenting with MotiveWave Java SDK and Redis NoSQL. That one was a custom build that the tech leads at MotiveWave provided me to be able to include external Java jar files like Redis, and then be able to test the MotiveWave and connect and have it connect into Redis. So Redis, the database, will definitely play a huge role in this in terms of the data hub, because now I can have MotiveWave, the platform, talk to Redis and have all the data in the data hub, like I have here. This is the Redis server, and that's been running very stable for the last 24 hours. And here's the client of Redis, RDM, Redis Desktop Manager. Let me just reload it. So you can clearly see I have the current strategy running with everything, the P&L, the watch list. So that's all running. That's working really good. It's stable, so I'm pretty happy with that. But just being able to find ways to integrate it with MotiveWave is going to be an interesting concept. So everything's going to be working with probably Python and having all the analysis either done in Python or in C++. But I do know, let me just verify this. I do think that there is a wrapper for TensorFlow, because I do know I'm going to use TensorFlow for the framework, the machine learning framework. So part of it is, so if I do TensorFlow Java, I know somewhere out there that Google is supporting TensorFlow. The problem is this is now official from Google, right? This is from the TensorFlow website. So they do have Java support, but the Java API is not covered by the TensorFlow API stability guarantee. So obviously that's going to be a challenge. I'm sure over time it will become stable. It will be a standard client, no different than where Redis clients are and bindings into different languages are going to be there. It's going to take a while, but it's coming. So that's one way to integrate with TensorFlow from within Java for MotiveWave. That's one option. The other option, as I said, is to push everything into Redis, do all the analysis on Redis using either, let's say, C++ for speed or Python for convenience, and then have another table within Redis that MotiveWave would listen to for all the orders, because then all the trading logic, all the machine learning logic would be within Redis. Now, that's one big option. Now, with Redis again, which I really like, which a really smart guy came back with, and I think he is turned on to Redis as a database choice, because it is true open source. So if I go into modules, this is of Redis 4, you can clearly hear we have a neural network that you can be building with Redis, and that's right within Redis, the executable. And you can also build out this thing, the Redis machine learning server, so you can do that as well. But once again, you're breaking the confines of the TensorFlow and the Redis. But the interesting thing that I have seen, but I think it's been abandoned, is TensorFlow and Redis. Now, I've not done this in a while, so I may have a live update for you. Let's see. So we have the TensorFlow with Redis module. So let's see what we got, even though my typing is bad. So here we have a Redis module for serving tensors. So here we have another Databrick way. Let's see. So here, introduction to ML. You'll need a Redis instance and the ML module and toolkit, which I guess I think the better, well, see, these are new updates I have not investigated, but definitely it's something worth pursuing, I think, wow, all this GPDR stuff. Okay, how do I get rid of this? Okay. Wow, that's pretty bad. Okay, it disappeared. Hooray. So here we have, looks like there's, I don't know, yeah, this is a presentation, a YouTube video of how to build it with Spark. So there's different options available. Let's see how it would work with Redis Labs. Redis Labs is the commercial sponsor of Redis, and they have their own enterprise edition, commercial edition of Redis. And they also host the Redis instances on a cloud environment. I mean, it's not cheap, but that's something that you can definitely use. So here are your, it's using Scikit. So it looks like there is a way maybe to integrate Redis and TensorFlow together. Can't say it's easy or not, but it would be pretty good once we can get that working. So those are some of the big options I'm looking at with machine learning and TensorFlow. The short term is to learn machine learning and find smart ways to integrate and architect the different options out there, specifically with MotiveWave, because I find MotiveWave, the charting is just unbelievable. It has all the resources that you want in terms of the candles that I'm after, the candle patterns, that is, and the harmonic patterns, and some other things as well. So if you're not familiar with MotiveWave, you may want to check that out. So that's kind of where I'm going with it. I don't know how many people, well, we only have, well, I'm not sure who's online. Oh, we got a question here. Sadly leaving in 10 question. How are you expecting this to help you short term, long term? As I said, short term, our third is to use the machine learning, just learning about machine learning over the next few months, the different options, the different mathematical techniques to be used in machine learning, and then architecting a system with MotiveWave, as well as the Python to be glued together through Redis, and being able to build out another hopefully profitable set of strategies that I currently have working as in cryptocurrency. And there's lots and lots of resources out there, as you know. So let me know if you got any other questions. I think it's just me and you right now. If you got any other questions, let me know. It's been half an hour. I mean, I think it's pretty long enough presentation. I'll put up the links, but they're pretty standard, and the variety of books. I'll blog about them, the books and stuff. So, anybody else got any questions or anything? If not, I'll be putting this on YouTube right away, as well as it will be streamed live on Facebook as well on the page. In terms of streaming data, yeah, well, because if I'm using Redis 5 and whatever client I use, so for instance, Redis 5 just came out, I think 2 months ago. So if once the clients get up to date in both the Java, Python, or C++ to take advantage of the new streaming, there shouldn't be an issue with that. As in faster or entries and exits. I don't think so. The analysis will be the same that I currently have. It's just going to be more smarter, but as I've said before, I'm not sure if what I currently have can be applied with machine learning, but it will definitely help out in portfolio optimization and position sizing. I think that's going to be really helpful on that front. So on the core entry and exits, I'm not sure if machine learning will help there, but it may help on the what do you call on the position sizing especially. I remember you said C++ was an option. You're not sure if this would bypass the workload to loading data from CCXT. No, I should have mentioned that. CCXT is an option. When you look at the world of MotiveWave, let me just pull up the MotiveWave site here. That would help a minute. So if you look at MotiveWave, currently I've talked to the tech leads at MotiveWave, let's say two weeks ago. So in here we have, if you go into, just for now, this current version, if you look at the data brokers, the only ones that they will work with is Crypto Compare. It's only good for data analysis. So you can basically send out all your requests with Crypto Compare and to get all your crypto data. I think can't confirm this, but it sounds like they want to use CCXT as a replacement for this as a provider, because as you know, it will open up a lot of options for crypto currency, different exchanges. Binance is pretty well the only good one that I've seen. I just tried HitBTC and OKX. The only one I like and trust is Binance. But they want to integrate with CCXT, the Python package, within the new version of MotiveWave that's coming out this year. So all of that can be piped through MotiveWave and then stored either within MotiveWave through flat files, or if you want to go really crazy, you can turn around and push that same data into Redis. So again, you're going to use Redis as the hub, or you could just generate through your Java Java strategy to generate flat files. So there's many options there. And then from there, you can have your analysis, be it C++, Python, whatever, to do the analysis and integrate back into the TensorFlow. And you, as I've shown you all as well, once Google brings out a Java client that will work with TensorFlow and it's official and they guarantee it, then you can just do all of it within Java. But for now, as you know, I work with Python. Because I like Python, it's just bang out stuff real fast. But there's some disadvantage with Python as well. But Java is good as well. Once you it's more robust compared to Python, but it's not an easy language to master. But the way MotiveWave has written it, it's pretty good. But that's eventually down the line. For now, I'm just keeping everything in Python, keeping it simple. But as I advance more along, I'll be definitely using MotiveWave as my choice. I've got to figure out how to apply it and build in all the machine learning components, but that will most likely be done through Python and Redis. So I've already addressed all that. Hopefully I'll answer your questions. Anybody else? Questions? So MotiveWave has the extensive, oh yes, MotiveWave has lots of great stuff. And Redis, etc. better. Okay, yes, I'm hoping to plug into TensorFlow either through the Java strategies that MotiveWave will hopefully support, because if they want to be light years ahead of their competition, they can support something like TensorFlow. It's to their advantage as well, so that's one option. And if technically it can't be done, you can definitely do it through Redis and then push all the signals into Redis. So your specific question about better entries and exits, it's basically how you write it. I mean, it doesn't matter what language you write your logic for entries and exit. That don't matter. What matters is the trading logic that you're writing. It doesn't matter which language it is. It's the actual trading logic that, if it's smart enough, it doesn't matter if it's in Python or Java, you should be able to get better profit just purely on the trading logic on its own. Yeah. So, let me show you MotiveWave here. Okay, so let me just pull that up. MotiveWave, here we go. Now again, this is a specific version of MotiveWave that I've got, but you'll see the light years difference between what I generate with Chart Director, for instance, and anything else that would be very low priced. So let me see here. I am going to try Crypto Compare. Let me see if that loads up. So with Crypto Compare as a crypto data source, now this can connect into Crypto Compare like CoinMarketCap, but I'm just showing you the interface for MotiveWave, the platform. This is the top and high end version of MotiveWave. It's not cheap. But again, you don't have to buy it right now. You can buy it when you can afford it. It's about $1,500, but it's a lifetime license. So it goes out and it grabs the GDAX data. So let me just see if I can show some things here. Okay, so here are all my options that I have available, all the different crypto options, so I can pick off whatever's supported through. I think it's GDAX as a source, which is Coinbase Pro. I can't remember. I lose track of it all. But yeah, this is a very powerful platform. This thing is amazing, and you can do. Well, let me show you some of the strategies. So, for instance, you have these what they call studies here. So I can easily connect into my Redis from this. I've got the connection working. The charts are absolutely mind-blowing. Let me just see what we have here I can pull up. So here, this is the most advanced charting I've ever seen on any platform. It's been a while since I played with this, but you can see here you have different studies, which is like, for instance, if you want to load up a moving average study against this particular data, it will record. Yeah, let me see if there is Williams R. I'm not even sure. I know Williams R is in here somewhere. I just haven't really played with it. I do like Williams R actually. But you can see the different types of studies. You can build your own as well. So there's the ones that you're probably interested in. Ichimoku is part of it as well, I do believe. It pretty well probably has everything. The thing about this is the power of it's the harmonics and the um, other one. Well, in terms of strategy, these are the out of box ones. So here again, we have the Williams accelerator, deaccelerator. So if I just load it up like this, um, you have all the different parameters you can set, create, and then you activate it. And that's all you have to do. And off it goes, and it'll automatically trade your strategy for you. It's pretty cool. It's very powerful, but do understand, as I said earlier, that this is the ultimate edition. It's about $1,500. I gotta say, this thing's amazing. Uh, so here's all the different charts that you have available. In this case, it's all preset. Bitcoin and the different fiat currencies. This can be spanned over multiple monitors because it's in Java. So this thing's beyond powerful. I haven't had a chance to play with a lot of it. I mean, I've done a lot. I'm trying to think. I wanted to show you the harmonics are just. It's an incredible platform. I mean, I've seen a lot of retail trading platforms. This thing can do a lot. But for the price, I think it's a lifetime license. It's not like I think there's an annual fee you can pay for the support, like every year. It's not very much, like maybe $200. You can also quote unquote lease it, pay a couple $100 a month for it, and when you can afford it, you can buy it outright. And I think you can, over a certain amount of time, you can put your credit that you pay a monthly or every couple of months towards a final purchase. They're very flexible. I mean, those things, they've got amazing different pricing models, but you can start with this platform as low as $90, and as you can tell, it runs on Mac, and it's one of the only platforms of this caliber that will run on a Mac. That's why I love it. And I just wish I could show you the different. I mean, it's just unbelievable. There, I can load up Bitcoin Gold. I mean, right now I'm just watching 18 symbols or tickers as they call them. It has a scanner built in. I mean, it's nonstop, man. This thing is a lot of fun to play with. It's got everything you could ask for. So the beauty of it is that it's got the API, which is very powerful, and the documentation is really good. But the only unfortunate problem is in Java. But still, it's awesome. This thing is amazing. I know there's been a delay of 30 seconds. I'm not sure which LOL you're referring to. I just wish I could show you the harmonics is very rare in platforms. Even in MetaTrader, it's hard to get. You can pay big money, but with this one, you do get the harmonics and the GAN, Elliott wave. So you can look for patterns. I don't even know where to begin. But yeah, you can go pretty crazy with Motive Wave. Yeah, pretty crazy. So that's it. And I personally would like to have this running as a front end to all the other gizmos and analysis tools integrated with Java and using Redis as the back end to interface with other programming languages, specifically in my case, Python and the machine learning. And that's the open source version, so you're not tied back to a limited machine learning features that you would get in other so-called platforms. This thing's very advanced, pretty well open, because now this particular build will allow you to load in external Java resources called jars. By the way, yeah, the stacking of indicators would be super key. Yeah, I know you like them indicators, but always remember that it does hinder the performance. But the nice thing is here is that you can, as I said, if you get a really slick high-end server, and this will run on Windows, which I'm not a big fan of, but you can do that and then just get a very powerful graphics card and that on that Mac or whatever. No, no, this unlocks a lot of creativity, as you say, right? The weaker trading platforms just won't handle the creativity. Yeah. So this is, and you can see here, you can go all the way down to 1 minute. And you can also do the DOM, depth of market as well, as long as you have access to the data right here. So here you can see what's going on with the bid and ask. So you do have that capability. Let's see here what else we have. I don't even know where to begin. Let me see if I can. Yeah, I mean, I got a pile of videos on this anyway, so it's really good. And it's not limited on what you can do with this thing. So when you tie in the machine learning end of it, you've got a very slick platform. And I'm pretty well committed to this puppy of all the things that I've seen. I've seen the Deltics, so I have a video on YouTube. And if you want to see that demo, that is, you didn't hear it from me, but a lot of HFT shops use it. So if I pull up my YouTube channel down here, and just do a search for Quant Labs. Gotta get that. So rich with features. Yeah, it's, if anything I've seen, and because it runs on Mac, it's huge. It's a huge development in so many ways. It's light years ahead of anything I've seen. Let me just see. We talked about Deltics. If you want to see probably the #1 platform out there, just look up Deltics. A lot of big institutions use this, and it can be used for HFT. This particular video is put on by the CEO, and that's a $9,000 a month platform. And I said $9,000 a month with all the features, and that is used really for institutions. I won't name names, but there are some high frequency trading shops using this thing for new projects. So this is recognized as one of the best platforms, and they are well-known HFT firms. And then that's Deltics. And then when you compare everything else, the second best platform for retail traders that we can somewhat afford is MotiveWave. MotiveWave. So I do like it. Thanks so much for this live video. Wish I could stay longer. Okay, dude, you sign off. I'm going to sign off too because it's a 45-minute video. That's pretty good. I'm pretty happy about that. If anyone else got any questions, please chime away. I know there's a 30-second delay. I got 7:45 my time. Give it another minute or two because there's a 30-second delay. But that's the vision I'm having for 2019. But a lot of emphasis on what do you call machine learning, because that's the way. But I do think here in this limit order and the depth of market, that's where machine learning will live on top of the portfolio analysis that I talked about earlier. Okay, man, you gotta go. All right, looks like there's no one else got questions, so I'll take off too. So I'll end it now. Thanks for watching, and we shall talk to you soon. Have a good day or night, wherever you are. I know you're night, and we shall talk to you later. Bye.